Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a game from AcerNerchio, who's going to play Zerg versus RoxkisTitan, whatever, who's playing Protoss. And as you can see from the screen, destructible rocks can be destroyed to open up new paths. So we're learning something every day here. And this first game is going to be played on Shakura's Plateau, which is kind of one of the older maps, and definitely still a good one. It is a big map, which makes for a lot of interesting play. And oh yeah, exactly. I now have the worker skill tab. Someone actually told me how to do it. It is Control R for those of you who want to know. So we are going to see the Zerg player obviously go out with his Overlord, and since he's scouting in the correct direction, I'm assuming that cross positions are forced on this map, because this is a 4-person map, 4-player map, and yeah, otherwise he would more likely scout to the nearest position, which would probably be here or something like that. Not entirely sure. And yeah, since the Protoss scout also goes directly to his opponent's base, that is going to be very obvious. So yeah, no early things coming out from the Protoss player. Just going for what seems to be a fast expansion, and the Zerg player definitely going for a fast expansion. Because, well, there's not a whole lot that the Protoss can do early game that is really super scary for a Zerg player. And it is going to take this Overlord quite a long time to go all the way across the map. And yeah, this other Overlord is going to scout out, yeah, I don't know, some other location. No, that's not him. This one, where are you going? Yeah, it doesn't say. Anyhow, going for an early extractor here and an early spawning pool. Well, yeah, we see the forge here obviously wants to have cannons before fast expanding, or at least have that tech underway. And there we go, getting the early nexus. So no fast expand coming out from the Zerg, which is quite surprising on a big map like this, which means that we are probably going to see production tab. We're probably going to see a Zergling rush of some kind, because otherwise, yeah, he invested the money in the spawning pool for no good reason. He's going to research the metabolic boost, which is the speed, in a little bit, and going to go in with his first Zerglings here. So the first cannon's coming up, so no real big worry here. Another pylon here to close the gap, and this photon cannon positioned really nicely. Not a big worry there. And we see 2 assimilators going down, or going up, whatever you want. And the next is almost finished here, meaning that he's going to have well, kind of an advantage over this his Zerg opponent, because if he actually has this and the Zerg does not, 4 Zerglings over here just out of the range of the cannon. I'm not actually sure what the range on this cannon is, but yeah, the cannon is definitely going to be good enough to protect at least the first like 3 of these patches. So he will have to build some units or another cannon to make sure that the Zerglings cannot do any damage. But so far so good, no problem here, producing more and more Zerglings. The Zerglings obviously a very good early game unit. The Zerg player, noticing that he is behind, puts up another expansion, which is always the way to go obviously. If you're behind, you should try to expand more, try to build up your economy so that you can actually get more and more done. So I think the Protoss player, hang on, yeah, he did see the creep here, so he knows there is yeah, he knows what's coming, that there's an expansion there, and that he's not going to have to expect a full all-in with Zerglings or something like that. Obviously, it's going to be guessing from there on out. Yeah, the Zerglings want to go all the way through, and they're going to manage to do that. Wow, this is going to cost him quite a bit of mining time and probes and all kinds of good stuff. One Stalker out. I think that's the only unit that is actually out. Well, there's a Zealot out, but the Zealot is not going to do anything here. And a 29 probes versus 39 drones. Yeah, the Zerg player definitely ahead in the worker count there. And when we finish off this last one, we are going to... Yeah, now I have it, so now I'm going to use it. Yeah, we see that 6 workers were killed. Definitely worth the, I don't know, 12 Zerglings, something like that. Because that is even worth it just in the raw mineral cost, let alone the amount of minerals they would have actually brought home with them. And yeah, we are just going to see the armies build up now, because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, now we're going to see a little bit more of an impasse and see a little bit of a build up of forces before we move out. The Protoss already having 3 of the sentries, some 2 zealots and a stalker, which is already a pretty decent army, can do some pretty nice damage. And I'm not sure what's going on. Yep, game lagging a little bit. I'm trying to drag around as little as possible, because that is what seems to cause the lag. And yeah, a little bit of Zergling attack here coming in. Only 6 Zerglings, not a really big deal. I think they're more of a scout than anything else. So the units, yeah, we have 8 Zerglings total. And the Zerglings are going to scout once again in this base. They're going to pick off a few workers. 1 going down, 2 going down, 3 going down. And that's it. So yeah, just wanting to scout probably how many buildings there were up here, and realizing that he cannot go up into the main anymore. And we see Phoenixes coming out. Obviously this wasn't scouted by our Zerg player, as you can see. So the the Protoss forces holding off that Zergling harass quite nicely. They did a little bit of damage, and oh, that's 8 p.m. because there must be more than that. So 9 workers killed now, and yeah, we're just building up. And I wonder what these where are they? I completely... Oh, there they are. Yeah, what they're going to do, but they seem to be really good units in general. So they are going to harass a little bit on the worker line, and going to get those kills back. And obviously with the Spore Crawler finishing that harass is pretty much over for this base. But it means that there's another worker gone, because, well, you need a worker to get this Spore Crawl up, and there's one here, and there might even be one over here. Yeah, so that's 3 more workers, 4 more workers that aren't spent on, oh, 5 more workers, because there are 2 here and 2 here, so 6 total. 6 workers that aren't in the aren't collecting minerals anymore, or gas, or whatever, resources in general. And all in all, that was definitely worth it for our Protoss player. And getting a couple of these Overlords as a bonus, because Overlords obviously already flying, so you can pick them off pretty nice.